Hey guys, what's up? Ryan from the High Notoriety Network here, and this is our first High Notoriety Network podcast. So I'm here with a bunch of the employees and my good friend Dave. So you guys want to say hello one by one? Start with Ben.
Hello, I am Ben.
And then Got No Accuracy.
What's going on, guys? Got No Accuracy. Executive assistant here. I upload to all the hubs.
Yeah, he's the uploader. And Corey.
Hey guys, what is up? It is I, Mr. Gus Penguin, and I am a recruiter for High Notoriety, and I enjoy my job.
And then finally, last and least, Matt.
Hello everyone, I'm Matt. I'm an alcoholic, and I don't really do very much.
Yes.
So, yes.
Well, anyways, I'm going to turn up the sound, and then we're here with my friend Dave, who is in the room with me right now. He is my best friend. So yeah. So anyways, guys, what we were going to talk about is games of 2013, and which games were your favorite, which games were your least favorite, which were the biggest surprises, which were the biggest letdowns, and what were some of the sleepers and some of the busts of 2013. So let's start with, early 2013. What do you guys think about, like, spring of 2013?
Bioshock Infinite was great.
Yeah, I didn't like Bioshock Infinite
really
that
good
much, but I don't know. I it was a good game. It just wasn't my type of thing.
It made my brain hurt.
I didn't play it.
Oh, well then.
Well,
What about
That's awkward.
what else came out in 2013, early 2013?
I don't know. I don't remember dates.
All right. Well, one game that I've heard really good things about, I've never played, is The Last of Us. I know that was a big one in 2013.
That is my favorite console game of 2013.
Was
The
it-
Last of Us was a really good game. Probably the best game of the whole year. Not gonna lie.
It was. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5, granted, that's a really good game, but The Last of Us story-wise...
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. The Last
I
of
think
Us
it was
had the
overhyped.
emotional. It drew you in and had the emotional
Exactly.
into it. The Last of Us.
Exactly.
I was
Yeah.
very disappointed with GTA 5.
GTA 5. Well, that was like the biggest selling game of all time, and it probably won't be matched for at least a couple years.
Well,
I
I
mean,
think it let me down due to the fact it was supposed to be released in spring, right?
It was
wasn't
supposed to be released in like the summer, wasn't it?
Spring of 2013 it was supposed to be released. I've got one of the posters because I pre-ordered it, and it says it on the back of it.
Well, I mean, they probably just put it off to fix bugs. It's been a while since they've made a GTA game,
fixed
so...
bugs, but didn't fix online till like 3 weeks after.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard about that. That sounds like a bummer.
Once they got everything really sorted out with Grand Theft Auto 5, it was still a great game, though.
I mean,
love it.
I sort of like the fact that it was staggered with the online because it actually got me playing the single player, which I don't really do. But got to see like all the graphics in the game before I actually got into it. But
One thing I heard about GTA, it's just, I mean, I think that it provided like a fresh outlook on GTA because the old ones had become kind of repetitive from what I heard. So, I mean, it was kind of like, it'd been a while since they made a game, so it was really anticipated. That's probably why it sold the most copies.
It was definitely a new idea, especially with the whole being able to rob banks and stuff, especially on the storyline. It was one of the better Grand Theft Autos that we've actually had. The way it was really a disappointment because they moved it back, but it was a really good game.
And, I mean, I heard so many good things about it. I've heard, like, yeah, the online was really buggy at first, and it took them a while to fix it. But other than that, I mean, I heard the storyline was really good.
Also, I think the characters in the Grand Theft Auto 5 were a little bit too stereotypical.
Trevor, a
Like,
crazy hillbilly, Franklin, a like from the
Oh.
ghetto type of guy, and
yeah,
then Michael, like a rich guy who just gets held up.
and they've got
To
his
be
children.
honest, though, Trevor is my favorite character. He's so crazy.
Franklin's my favorite. What are you talking
Dude, Trevor's nuts. I love it. He's ruthless.
Blah, blah, blah.
I made him look like Santa Claus before he got old. Like he had like a full head of hair and a full-on great like black beard. It was great.
That's amazing.
I'll never forget the mission where where Franklin just goes to I think it's whose house? The rich guy. Michael's house, and then all of a sudden, like, him and his wife are having a big argument, and we have to go to, like, the dude's house and pull down his balcony.
Yes, you destroy his balcony. I remember that.
It was like a Mexican cartel's balcony.
Yes. And then the mission where you have to go save his son, and he's on the boat and stuff. It's a pretty dope mission.
It was a daughter, I think.
No,
It was his son.
Oh,
It was
I saw that in Rage Quit.
Oh,
Either
I
that or
thought-
Conan.
I thought you were talking about the one where she was doing like all the porn stuff.
No. Where they're on the highway.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Conan. Actually, did that mission for what's it called, like Terrible Gamer or something. Or like, yeah. But anyways, one game that disappointed me was Batman Arkham Origins. I was really anticipating that game. I thought it'd be really great. And I pre-ordered it. It was a birthday gift from my parents. And then I got it, and I played it, and it was just a real letdown. I mean, it was a recycled version of the last one. And I didn't like the new additions. And I didn't like how slow the game was. I mean, you move a lot slower in that game than you did in Arkham City. And I eventually just sold it back to get a 3DS, just because I just didn't want it anymore, and it was making me pretty sad. Did any of you guys play that game?
No, I didn't bother.
You didn't play that game? Well, basically, it's like I didn't even like the storyline that much either. I mean, the storyline was best in Arkham Asylum. I didn't really like Arkham Origins. I know a lot of people probably liked it, but for the most part, it was a real letdown. And I heard the online was really screwed up too.
I didn't really like the ending of Arkham Asylum. Actually, I thought the ending was pretty bad.
I actually liked the ending. I don't know. I felt like it was pretty refreshing to see Joker, taken to jail after being on that Titan stuff and all. I mean, I really liked the ending of that. I didn't like the ending of Arkham City as much just because he was carrying the Joker's dead body out, and that was pretty sad.
One thing I didn't like about Arkham Origins was they stopped using Mark Hamill for Joker.
Yeah, Mark Hamill was really great Joker. We didn't even get to that part, though. I mean, you probably saw footage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Joker's voice wasn't as good.
We should probably say spoilers.
Hashtag spoilers alert.
Yeah, well...
spoilers, I guess.
Joker's in Arkham Origins. I think people know that.
Quick
Yeah.
question.
That's all we've said.
I haven't played Arkham Asylum in a while. Wasn't the ending just like one of the enemies like sticking his hand out of the water?
It was Bane, yeah.
Like the Dawn of the Dead endings or like the Night of the Living Dead endings. So cliche.
Yeah, but I feel like the only Batman Arkham game I didn't sell back was Arkham Asylum, just because I figured David has Arkham City, and I didn't really like Arkham Origins, and I wanted to hang on to Asylum just because I really liked that one. But yeah, I mean, my favorite one was Arkham Asylum. I think it just started off the whole thing, and it was just I just like their first attempt at it. I think they really nailed on that one.
Yeah.
But
one game.
Anyways, the new Amnesia game also came out, and that was a real disappointment as well.
That was a huge disappointment.
That was terrible.
It wasn't just bad. It wasn't bad.
I haven't played that yet, actually.
Like, it's the type...
I refuse to pick it up. It's like, because it apparently got really bad reviews, so I just haven't picked it up yet.
It
makes Duke Nukem look good.
It was pretty bad, yeah.
It's a horrible disappointment. One game that I do want to bring up, though, that I was really iffy about it when they first brought it up, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. The whole pirate thing. Good. I was really iffy about that, and that game is really good. If any of y'all have played it,
yeah, I like that game.
I've heard. Well, I played it a little bit, but I mean, overall, I've heard. Well, I didn't really like 3. I mean, I've played a little bit of 3, not much. But the thing about 3 is I played it enough to know that I didn't like it. So Black Flag, I've actually played online a little bit. I've watched you play. It's definitely a lot better than 3 was, and especially Revelations.
One thing that Black
3 was, the storyline really wasn't there, but they had finally gotten all the mechanics down. Yeah. And with Black Flag, oh my gosh, that game's so amazing. And then if you have it on a next-gen console, oh, it's so beautiful. It's even beautiful on the 360 or PS3.
We actually have a guy doing it on High Notoriety RPG, so you guys should all go check that out. But Dave, what were you going to say?
One thing that Black Flag really got right was the naval combat, fighting with ships and cannons and mortars.
Because in 3 it was really rocky, but 4...
Yeah.
They made it a lot better. They improved on it, and I really like it. And the fact that you actually have to upgrade your ship to move on in missions and stuff, so it makes it more valuable to you to actually do it.
I think that they salvaged their series almost with that game, because Revelations was terrible, and Assassin's Creed 3 was probably just as bad. So
the thing is, they were losing people because they were having to continue on with their story. And now with, what's his name dead? I think it's Connor.
Desmond.
No, it's not Connor. It's Desmond. Now that Desmond's dead, they can really go to any point in time. Kind of like they did with 4. You're using Desmond's memory banks for this, like you took test shit from him. But you're not actually him. So it's not cutting in between.
And that game even suggested that there were other people who had donated their DNA to this whole Animus project. So we don't even have to only see Desmond's ancestors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, what Matt was saying was have it like a China or a Japan, like from long ago. I think that would be a really cool thing to have. Take that into the future.
Like back in the Shogun days?
Japan would be hard to do free walking with.
I suppose
because there's not. Because I mean, buildings.
It'd still be interesting.
It would be, but they'd have to change the mechanics. I
feel like Japan might not be as good. Maybe something like England or maybe even like sometime in like somewhere like North Africa. Like I would think that would be kind of interesting because there was a lot of trade traffic going through the Mediterranean Sea back then. So
from tiger to tiger, yeah.
I wouldn't mind Japan though.
I wouldn't mind something like Egypt or somewhere around there. Like I don't know. I feel like around like North Africa, that's where a lot of the trade was going on back then. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it would be interesting to see like an assassin kind of working against like the black market traders.
One thing I'm thinking of when you said Egypt is climbing the pyramids. That'd be fun.
That would be kind of interesting. I mean, it'd be impossible, but you know, unless they like left stones
out
or something.
Not in Assassin's Creed. They'll find a way.
Yeah, well, they'll probably get like freaking like suction cups on their feet or something.
Yeah, but that would be the problem, though. I mean, the Assassin's Creed stuff has always been a bit ahead of its time. Like, you know, the hidden gun in I think it was 2.
Yeah, you could get a hidden gun. Once you get to Ezio, then you can get a hidden gun.
I mean, in like Liberation, you have an umbrella gun.
Oh, exactly.
Is that for the DS?
It was for PlayStation Vita, and now they HD upgraded it to
3DS.
Xbox and PlayStation. It's really good.
Yeah, well, that is, but with like stuff like Egypt and stuff, even stuff that would be quite far ahead wouldn't be as impressive as stuff that they've had in previous games because they're still limited to a certain time period. Yeah. But with like Japan or China, they moved ahead quite a lot, or maybe even Greek times because they advanced quite a lot of stuff. So it's also not about just the whole free running and gameplay aspect. It's about what new playstyles they can introduce, what new weapons. I mean, in Assassin's Creed 4, they introduced the whole dual sword sort of mechanic
dual
into
swords,
it.
Yeah. And you had 4 pistols that you could rotate from as well.
Yeah, exactly. So they need to sort of keep the whole gameplay aspect balanced with the whole weapons and stuff like that balanced. They also need to keep it sort of accurate to the time period as well. So, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, now Corey and I want to get onto this topic really quickly. Pokemon X and Y. What did you think?
Best
oh
game.
My God.
I'm actually on it right now. I have 600 hours into that game, and I got it on release day.
600 hours?
Ben,
yep.
Request me.
Anyways, what did you guys think of the new generations? Do you think did they did a good job refreshing it, or do you think it was just another type?
They did a great job refreshing it with the new gen. A lot better than Gen 5, but they needed more Pokemon in it.
I thought Gen 5 was just... I mean, I didn't even like Gen 5 that much. Gen 4 was my favorite, just because that was really the new, like, DS-type gen. But Gen 5, they just kind of recycled Gen 4, it seemed to me.
I mean, Trubbish was Pokemon EU, and...
Trubbish was stupid. Yeah, Trubbish and freaking Vanillite.
You see, I like this game a lot because... It's not like it's kind of like experimental-ish. Like Pokemon X is like more so like an experimental game, if anything, because since they like made like the whole world into like this 3D thing, they had like 1 year to try this new idea out. I can't wait for this year's game because they know what they're doing now.
Yeah,
they were very brave to go with the Paris theme.
Yeah, with the Lugia City. Yeah. By the way, I love the soundtrack to that. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
I mean, they used to be
the whole.
You know what I really like? I haven't even played the game, but there's something that I've already noticed that I really like, and that's the starter typings. I really like that the grass type is grass and fighting, so the fire type can take it out easier with both fire and psychic, and then the fire type is fire and psychic, so it can be taken out easier by water and dark. I just like that, you know, your starter is like can be taken out by the opposing starter, or you can take out like your starter you're strong against. I really like that they dueled up the typings on that, because then you know.
I disagree with this completely, but I think in game Fennekin was the best starter to go with. But metagame, like competitive gaming, Froakie with Protein, GG.
Yeah, I've got
Well, the reason I like this is because
Yeah,
it makes it so that you have to catch more Pokemon on your team instead of just solo running it. Because if you solo run it, then you're going to be weak in two different ways to your rival starter. So it forces people to make an actual team that covers the weaknesses, which I really like.
For introducing new players and stuff like that to really learn the type differences and stuff like that.
I only need, I think there's 671 Pokemon, am I right? In the new game?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I own 657 right now, so I've almost completed the game fully.
Where do you catch all these things? I mean, how long do you spend catching Pokemon?
Like I said, I've got 600 hours in the game.
Yeah, but that means you're catching around a Pokemon an hour. That's pretty interesting.
Okay. Oh.
Well, I do a lot of trades, and I give away a lot of stuff. Like, I gave away shinies to people who were subbed to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was going to stream it, but I didn't. So I just tweeted it out, giving away free shinies.
Oh
I guess you played enough that you could find some shinies.
Can I have a shiny?
What do you want? I have 2 left. I have a Crustle and the big fat fish.
The big fat fish? Which one is that?
It doesn't narrow it down at all, Ben.
A Mola.
Milotic?
No, not that. I've got one.
Alomomola. Okay.
I can try and breed
Alomomola is a palindrome, by the way. That's kind of the joke. Alomomola. The name is a palindrome.
Yeah.
Mola is the Latin for sunfish, which is what a Mola is based off.
Yeah. I did not know that. But anyways, yeah, Pokemon X and Y, I really need to get that. That's the next game I'm getting for my DS.
That's the
3DS.
only reason I bought a 3DS.
I just bought a 3DS, and I bought Paper Mario Sticker Star, which is... We shouldn't talk about that because that's a 2012 game, but that was a letdown, too. I mean, I really just want Pokemon X and Y. That's going to be really great.
Have a game. Well, I had it, and it's the most atrocious thing I think I've ever played.
No, I enjoy it, but it just made me rage quit.
No, not that. It is called Battlefield 4.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we got to get into this. Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty Ghosts. We got to get into this.
Ghost first, please.
Call of Duty Ghosts comes first. What did you guys think?
Going into Call of Duty has been dying, in my personal opinion.
Yes.
Ever since about Modern Warfare 2.
Yes.
Now, my issue with Ghosts is not the actual gameplay. I feel like the gameplay is very good, and there are some tweaks that they should have. The gun shouldn't do as much damage and stuff, but the maps ruined the whole game. They're too big.
Are you playing it on the next-gen consoles, or... Yeah. Is it true that it's 9v9?
Not in all of them, but you do have ground war.
Yeah, that's what I miss about... I play on the PS3, and I miss ground war a lot. I only played ground war.
It's so the maps are so atrocious for the multiplayer. The gameplay actually isn't that bad. Which supposedly they're coming out with a map pack that are supposed to have small maps and stuff.
Yeah, they're bringing back Scrapyard from Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, they're bringing back Scrapyard.
That is the best decision they've ever made.
I think Terminal was my favorite map, though.
Call of Duty has just been sucking me.
Isn't aren't there bad spawns too?
Videos on it. We bitch about it, but I'll still upload it. I will still record it and upload it.
Weren't there bad spawns as well? You could spawn right next to an enemy and he'd kill you.
Yep.
Yes.
I heard that was a problem too.
The spawns are really bad.
It may take maps to ruin Call of Duty Ghosts, but it takes a game to ruin Battlefield 4.
It just takes EA. Anything made by EA is bad.
No, Battlefield 3 was good.
Battlefield 4, I don't know what you play it on, but Battlefield 4, I played it on both the 360 and the Xbox One. With the 360, I really didn't have that great of an experience, but on the One, it's better. Now, granted, there are still glitches and stuff that they really need to work out. That should have been fixed before we even came in, before the game was even released. But it's still a very fun game for me, at least.
My thing, if it's on the next... Okay, if it's good on the next generation consoles, you have to make sure on the previous consoles for people who don't have next generation consoles yet. That is what I'm so mad about. Because here's my experience playing Battlefield 4. I did 5 missions in the campaign, then I come back to only realize it never saved, or the save file got deleted for some reason.
Yeah, it glitches on the save.
And then I tried the multiplayer. Now, granted, the multiplayer graphics are superb when they're not muddy and crappy when you first spawn. Because when I first spawned, all I remember is just grabbing an ATV and going underneath the map. That game is in alpha stage, and I do not like it at all. It was too rushed. Legit, I witnessed myself flying a helicopter, crashing a helicopter into the ground, and the helicopter went invisible. You can see the propeller flying.
See, I found that with GTA, though. I can do that with GTA.
But
I played it on the Xbox One for a very small amount of time, and I got to this mission where you and your teammates are being shot by this helicopter as you're running through the building. Even when I stood right behind my teammates, crouched, in a position where you'd think they would get shot by the helicopter, they were fine. Me, I always got shot, no matter where I stood, even if the bullet had to go through a wall to hit me.
The game was too rushed. It was way too rushed. They just had to come out with the game because they wanted to beat Call of Duty. And on the back, they had the nerve to say it puts Ghost to shame. This game is shame.
Ghost put itself to shame, but
it came out a week before Ghost did.
See, I didn't even hear any advertisements about it. I heard Ghost.
It was really hyped where I was.
Yeah, I saw a lot of ads for Battlefield 4, like a ton of them. I mean, they were spam marketing it. But anyways, let's get on to the most highly anticipated game of the year, The Sewer. Now, The Sewer is a wonderful game where you have so many options, and you can just do whatever you want, and there are jump scares galore. Now, what did you guys think of The Sewer?
Okay, I'm the only one who's ever played it here, so let me just reiterate what's been going down with The Sewer. Basically, it was an indie game that came out last year, where it was a demo. It was like a horror game. You were holding a lantern like Amnesia, and all you had to do is press W, and you would win. Like, just hold down W, and you would just make it all the way down the hallway and win.
And there were there was like one or two jump scares.
And the developer behind the game made another demo with actual like turns and stuff. And what he said in quotes was, "I made some changes. Hope you guys are freaking happy."
I think it was kind of like a labyrinth type thing, and it was like a labyrinth. You know, you had to make choices.
It's like you were playing a corn maze, a virtual corn maze,
but with like one or two jump scares.
I have it up on my channel. Not gonna self-advertise, but I have it up on my channel.
Anyways, now let's get on to something serious. Outlast. Some say it was the scariest game of the year. I mean, some say it might have been one of the scariest games of all time. What do you guys think?
That game was fucking scary as hell.
Yeah.
That game.
I wouldn't say all time. I'd definitely say of this year.
I wouldn't say all time, but honestly, we haven't had a game that's come out that's been that scary for quite some time.
It's been since like Slender, the original one.
Since the original Amnesia, definitely.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say all time. Definitely.
I wouldn't say all time, but it definitely brought the horror back in horror games.
Because I mean, Machine for Pigs really failed. So it was good that we had something like Outlast to, you know, really bring back the scary stuff in gaming. Because Amnesia the Dark Descent was an incredible game. I mean, the storyline was near perfect. Just all the cutscenes were great. It was just completely scary. It kept you going the entire time. It was really nerve-wracking. And then we get to Amnesia the Machine for Pigs, and it was just a huge letdown. So that's, you know, it's really good that Outlast came out. Because Outlast might have even, definitely was probably even scarier than Amnesia the Dark Descent.
One game that creeped me out, I'm not sure if it ever creeped you guys out, but it creeped me out, was Resident Evil 4, the fourth one. That one was creepy as hell.
Did that come out this past year?
No, Resident Evil 4 came out like 2006. Maybe
really?
It was on GameCube and PlayStation.
It came out a long time ago. It came out basically like on the PlayStation 2 and stuff like that.
It's just that there were these enemies, I forgot what they were called, but who here's played Resident Evil 4?
Me, I've played it.
Yeah. It was those tall enemies that would just make those noises, like that.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they keep regenerating.
They're called regenerators.
And then the dude's right hand. Those things are scary, man. Yeah.
Now, I think what we're going to do is get to upcoming releases now and say what we're excited about. Now, let's go around the room and say each what we're excited about. I am excited. I think, when are they coming out with Halo, the next Halo game?
That's not coming out till late 14, I think.
I am excited for that. That's the main one I'm excited for. I really want to play Halo. It's going to be Halo 5, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that one. That one's the main one I'm anticipating.
Similar one for me is Destiny. That's the only game I got pre-ordered right now.
Destiny looks absolutely amazing. Another game that's going to be coming out fairly soon that I am absolutely hyped about is Titanfall.
Oh, nice.
For the Xbox One. Now, granted, it's only going to be on the Xbox One, but I really believe that if it was on all consoles, that Titanfall would be the downfall for Call of Duty. My honest opinion. Titanfall looks absolutely amazing. If you have not watched any trailers, I would recommend you to, after this video, type it in, look it up. It looks amazing. That is going to be an amazing game.
Okay, now it's time for my top choices. I have 3 games that I'm highly anticipating. One of them is South Park Stick of the Truth, because I think they're going to get the South Park game just right. For once. No. Let me explain my reasoning. Okay? Because they're using the exact same engine they used to do the show. For, like, the graphics, they're really putting a lot of hard work into this game. You can tell because, like, they delayed it like how Bioshock was just to fix out bugs. So I think they're being legitimately serious with this game. Plus, South Park, I'm a big fan. And also, but here are my legitimate 2 favorites coming out this year. Persona 5 and Persona Q. Huge Persona fan.
Persona.
Corey, I thought you were anticipating Super Smash Brothers, the new one.
And that too, but I'm anticipating
Super
a lot.
Smash Brothers. That's going to be a good thing.
But Persona 5, I'm anticipating a lot because I love Persona games. They're my favorites.
Gotta love the Persona games.
Would you say?
Fucking amazing. Gotta love the Persona games. They're amazing.
Persona 4 is the best in my opinion.
Well, I can't say it's the best because I haven't played 5 yet, but yeah.
Corey, didn't you have like 3 or 4 girlfriends in one of those games?
Yeah, I had 5. One was Yukiko, one was Chie, one was... I forgot the other names. Ayane, Marielle, and... 4.
So let's go on to favorite games that have already come out in previous years that you guys would like to see sequels for made up in this upcoming year or the upcoming few years. What would you guys like to see a sequel for?
I've got one. I know Commander Shepard died in Mass Effect 3, but you need to make a Mass Effect 4, EA. Mass Effect 4. Get it done. Find a way. Follow Garrus. Follow somebody. Mass Effect 4. Get it done.
It's announced they are.
So if everyone who hasn't finished playing Mass Effect 3, sorry for spoilers, but, hashtag spoiler alert.
Hashtag spoiler. Hashtag help the Mad Hatter.
That's why it's in the title. I'm doing a playthrough on my channel. If you want to go watch it. I'm going 1, 2, and 3. Just letting y'all know.
Can I just say one thing? Duke Nukem Forever 2.
Duke Nukem Forever 2. Really?
Oh, God.
Leisure Suit Larry, box office success.
I need to take my dog out, so I'll be back.
I would say if this next Star Wars by Disney does well, then they need to make another Star Wars Battlefront.
When is that Star Wars movie coming out anyways?
I don't know.
Are they even going to make it, or is it just figurative at this point?
I mean, they sold it to Disney. Disney's got to do something. But if it does well, hopefully it does well, although I'm kind of unsure as to how well it'll do. But if it does, then they need to make another Battlefront.
As long as Anakin is not played by Justin Bieber, then everything is going to be okay. I could honestly see that happening at this point.
They should make a 50 Shades of Grey.
No.
They are making a 50 Shades of Grey film. It's coming out this year.
No, not a film, a game.
Oh, wow. Where you just 10 points per whip, right? Just like, if you hit the right spot, you get 50 points.
The Old Republic, on the Xbox?
It was one on the Xbox?
I really liked Star Wars Clone Wars is my favorite game.
It was a sequel.
Ryan just said Star Wars Clone Wars was his favorite game.
That was the best game. I found so many secret paths in that game. It was ridiculous.
Dude, oh my gosh. If none of y'all have played the Knights of the Old Republic for the Xbox, I would highly recommend it. I really think that they should make something like that for the next generation of consoles. Because in a way, it was like Star Wars meets Mass Effect, basically. I love that game.
What else have I been playing? I've been playing Paper Mario Sticker Star, and that's I like the game and everything, but it's just hard as hell. Paper Mario games, I forgot how difficult they are. They're really rage-worthy games because It's so easy to get stuck. There's so many puzzles you have to solve, and it can just get really frustrating.
Talking about stuff that's hard and frustrating, everyone go to www.twitch.tv and search for Mad Hatter Matt, and then
God damn it, man! Come on, Matt. Seriously? Hashtag Yopo. You only podcast once.
No, not this again.
Not that again. That was from one of my old podcasts on my old channel. But anyways, movies. What are you guys interested in these days in terms of movies? You guys see like Wolf of Wall Street or American Hustle or anything?
That is a straight porno.
Yeah, that is a straight porno, isn't it?
Now. It is a straight porno. There's nothing but tits and sex.
I know about you guys, but I'm looking forward
and
to...
now more people are going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have to go see that now. As the High Notoriety CEO, I can firmly say, that I would like to go see Wolf of Wall Street.
Just letting you know, it's like a straight porno.
Yeah, well, I was gonna go see it with my parents, and then they heard about it and my mom heard in the salon or something that it was like a straight porno, and she's like, Ryan, I don't think we should go to that. And I was like, yeah, I think you're right.
It is a straight porno. Like, granted, there's a good story behind it and all, but like in between the actual story of going on when they're like at the office and shit, they're doing nothing but like snorting coke, popping pills, and literally having sex with prostitutes.
That sounds pretty ratchet, actually, to me.
They actually freaking, for the most part, show it too. So
is there like legitimate penetration in the movie? Is it legitimate penetration? Can you see the penetration?
So how's that PG rating going?
You can literally,
that PG rating, guys.
see one of the
Doesn't that
guys
stand for penis, guys?
absolutely having sex.
Okay, off of this topic and on to another one. What else are you guys excited for? I mean, I hear there's a new SpongeBob game coming out.
And a movie, I think.
I'm kidding.
I am personally looking forward to Dark Souls 2.
What about Kingdom Hearts 3? Anyone's going to play that?
Yes!
Oh, hell yes. Get in me now.
It took them
What?
I'm so mad that they made us wait so long for Kingdom Hearts 3, but they're making another one. I'm excited.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I went to a video game club meeting at my college. It was literally the nerdiest thing I'd ever seen in my life. But basically, they were all excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was like, I might get into this. I'm assuming it's only coming out on next gen, though.
Yeah, it's coming out on... I'm not sure if it's coming out on the PC, but I know it's coming out for PS4 and the Xbox One. They've actually made it a multi-console, but...
Just gonna say emulators. That's all I'm gonna say for PC.
Yeah, probably. But anyways, I mean, the first one and the second one were so amazing. It took them long enough.
You know what game is, like, I'm really surprised it's still, like, going big and strong, but Minecraft, like, they haven't even done anything to improve that. But, I mean, it's still going strong. It's like, it's a pixelated 2D game.
Someone go on Minecraft.net and tell me how many copies they've sold right now. Actually, I'll do it.
Millions.
You'll
I don't know,
be surprised.
but the thing about Minecraft is you can be really creative on it. That's probably why most people play it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of games where you can be creative on that have died out.
Right, I want you all to take a guess of how many copies have been brought for the PC right now.
No idea.
30 million.
Like, almost 1 billion, probably.
13.8 million.
That's actually not that many.
That was lower than anyone said.
Yeah, that was not that many. I knew it wouldn't be 1 billion. I thought it'd be like 30
For an
million.
indie game, that is a hell of a lot.
I still expect it to be more. Just saying.
One of the most creative games.
What's up? Version.
One of the most creative games that I like is I like Amnesia Custom Stories because you can just like make your own map and it's actually kind of cool.
What's the topic?
I don't know how to do that, but if I did, I'd make like a lot of maps probably.
Wait, what's the topic?
We're talking about creative games, more specifically Minecraft, but I brought up Amnesia and how I think it's cool that you can make like your own custom story.
Like creative games, as in like you can make your own stuff, or creative games, as in like writing. The writing is like creative.
Sandbox games.
Oh, okay, creative games.
I just got Gary's mod actually. My friend bought it for me.
Mod. Prop hunt for the win.
That is the biggest example out there, Gary's mod.
Of creative games, yeah, probably.
Yeah, of creative games. It's just that.
I think my favorite game of all time though has to be 30 Flights of Loving.
Shut up.
Yeah, Corey, that is coming. By the way, guys, that's coming out. By the time this podcast is up, it'll probably already be out on High Notoriety RPG. Mr. Reckless Penguin did 30 Flights of Loving and submitted it, so we are uploading it.
Shut up. Okay, one of the most creative written are like design games, it has to be the Stanley Parable.
Yeah, that's just a huge.
It's still a linear game though, because the decisions you make they're still you don't like get to choose, like make up your own decisions. You have to choose from a list.
There's 100 endings.
I don't know. I quite like Heavy Rain. That was a good make your own path game.
Yes, Heavy Rain was
pretty
amazing. Good. I want to get Beyond Two Souls. Do you guys know if that's good?
That's pretty good. It is pretty good, to be fair.
Okay, I'll buy it then.
I haven't played it, so.
Because I like anything Quantic Dreams comes out with, from Fahrenheit to that.
So next up will be, anybody play like any sports games or anything, or am I the only one?
I do.
I play FIFA.
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about Madden 25. That's a necessary topic.
Gen console.
Madden 25.
2K14. It's amazing.
Madden 25 is the best Madden game that's ever come out. Just because there's very, very few bugs. It's just beautiful quality. I really like what they've done. They've really modernized Madden. I mean, they have all sorts of new modern playbooks. They've modernized the decision calling. They even have like read option type stuff. You guys probably don't know what that is, but I mean, if you're a Madden fan or if you're a football fan, you know what the read option is. And I really like how they've incorporated that into the Madden game, as well as a lot of different types of decisions you can make in play calling. And really, the graphics are just superb. I mean, it just looks beautiful. I just love it. It's my favorite game that's come out this year.
For 2K13, my biggest issue was at some points it wasn't realistic enough, and it really annoyed me.
Which game is this, NBA?
Yeah, NBA 2K. And it really annoyed me about it. But with 14 is so realistic. I kid you not. In 13, you could not chase somebody down and swat the ball behind. In 14, whoosh. It's not easy to score. It's not easy to drive the lane. Nobody's like God in the game. It's really balanced and it's really realistic.
Yeah, because I know that, like, an example, when I used to play NBA games, you could like score at will with the right person.
Yes, you can. You can't do that now. You really.
And I know that especially in like 2K12 and 2K13, you could like drain threes. Like you would just like drain threes. They'd be so much easier to make than in real life. I mean, like, you could go on a streak where you could make, like, 8 threes in a row. It was just ridiculous. It was so unrealistic.
Yeah.
I mean, did they make the shooting any better?
Yes. Everything. They made everything better. It's so much more realistic. It's just, probably my favorite game on the next-gen console right now.
I haven't really bought an NBA game since the last one because, or since, I think it was 2K13 was the last one I had just because it was such a disappointment. I didn't buy one for this year. But
14 is amazing. I would really recommend it.
I'm gonna have to go buy that then. I think that's my next purchase after Pokemon X and Y, of course. So, what did you? Any of you guys play Luigi's Mansion: Dark Moon Rising?
I played the new Luigi's Mansion game.
I'm actually gonna. That's gonna be my third 3DS purchase.
Ryan,
it's not.
Ryan, what are you gonna get it for?
What? Which one?
2K14.
I'll get it for the Xbox 360.
No, don't do it.
Why, is it not good?
Nope. It's only for the next-gen consoles that it's amazing.
Oh, really? Alright, well, I'm not getting a next-gen console for a while just because it's too expensive right now.
How much is it over in the US?
Like, almost like $600?
Well, the Xbox One's like $500 plus tax, and the PS4 is $400 plus tax.
Yeah, $500 plus tax is what? Like $550 probably around?
It's like $550. But if you're smart, if you're really smart, you put a warranty on it and you spend the extra $100 for $600, because you know how the new consoles have glitches and stuff. But if you go to GameStop, they're willing to give you a 1-year warranty on it.
They probably have like the red rings again. I remember that glitch. Remember that thing?
Yeah.
It's not the red rings. They have a couple.
They got rid of the red rings with the Elite.
So. Yeah, that's
what
I know.
A couple issues with it.
I got the red rings on my first Xbox 360. I hated those red rings.
I got rings on like 2 of my 360 consoles. I'm so mad. I wasted so much money on the 360.
This game is so good.
Yeah, the red rings of death. I remember that was like the biggest bummer back in the day. We all talked about like the red rings.
The red rings. Oh god, it's like the red wedding but worse.
Exactly.
The red. I don't even know what the red wedding is. Is that like a wedding massacre or something?
You obviously don't watch Game of Thrones.
No.
Well, okay, then we can't really explain it.
All right. Well, I know that there's according to Butters. Should I say it?
Oh god, say it.
There's a lot of wieners in not Lord. I was gonna say Lord of the Rings. Wow, Game of Thrones. And apparently there's a song called Wiener, 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 Wiener. But anyways, let's move on to a different topic. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon Rising. I wanted to talk about that.
Owned it.
What did you think of it?
I owned it. That should be okay. Let me explain to you what this is. Luigi is not a bad game. It's a good game, actually. It's just that it's not like the first one with like the what do you call them? Painting ghosts?
Portrait ghosts. Or gallery ghosts, either one.
Like the first one, what I liked about it was the diversity of all the ghosts. Like, you would have, like, these dancing ghosts, these ghosts that do this, ghosts that do that. But then in the second one, they do what most games do. They have clones of enemies. So, like, you have, like, your green type of ghosts, your red type of ghosts that are obviously stronger, and then you have the strongest types, the poltergeists. It's really by the books.
So it's not like anything special with like the portrait ghosts. I think that the portrait ghosts are my favorite part about Luigi's Mansion. So
yeah, because they look different. They had like their own different strategies. They were unique. This one's just more so like by the books. Like, oh, puzzle. Then you got like green ghosts coming in, and then ooh, look, a red ghost. They're really strong and they attack you. And then you got hidden boos.
Oh, so are there still boos in that game?
Yeah, they're.
I don't really like boos that much, so that wasn't one of my favorite things about Luigi's Mansion.
Well, you don't even have to fight the boos. They're like hidden They're like hidden, so like they're like collectibles more so.
Well, I mean, if I beat Luigi's Mansion, I'd want to do it completely 100%. So
like, honestly, Ryan, I would just buy it and then trade it in after 7 days.
All right, I'll see. I mean, I'm gonna hang on every game I get because I usually do that unless like I really need to sell it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like I'm gonna beat Paper Mario Sticker Star eventually. It's just I don't feel like playing it right now.
Can I just say that?
All right, I gotta go, guys.
All right. Well, anyways, we're gonna wrap up the podcast pretty soon.
Yeah. Think about how many minutes.
I need to leave like now, so I'm sorry, guys.
All right.
Catch y'all later.
All right. Well, anyways, guys. Yeah, I think after Corey finishes talking, we're gonna wrap up this podcast.
Yeah, because I'm playing a game right now and I just have to get it out. Scribblenauts Unmasked.
Jesus.
Worst Scribblenauts game I think I've ever laid my hands on. Honestly, I like Who here plays Scribblenauts?
Yeah, I've got it on the iPad.
Do you guys like the Scribblenauts iPad and Scribblenauts Unlimited?
Yeah, I like Scribblenauts in general, but I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, well, Scribblenauts Unmasked. Imagine everything bad, all the bad mechanics of Scribblenauts, if it had any, went into this game.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so
that's fair enough.
They tried doing a story, it doesn't work really. They tried implementing new things like if you repeat this word, you get minus 50 points. It's oh my god, it's just
giant pink laser sword for the win.
It's terrible. If you guys are ever going to get a 3DS game, get Resident Evil Revelations. Good game. Good game.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of this podcast. So I hope you enjoyed Heiner Notoriety's first attempt at a podcast. And if you like it, leave a comment, leave a like, share it with your friends, all that stuff. So
subscribe to the respective people.
Subscribe, yeah, I will put the links in the description. Also, check out any of our hubs for daily gaming content. And stay tuned for more, and have a great day.